Is it clear what goes into a project plan? So the general development scheme of the project plan usually has the outcome or a goal, and you'll get the activities from the goals or the sub-goals. Then you get the timetable, then the budget. So other additional sections will depend on the type of project that you want to carry out. Other additional sections in the project plan will depend on the type of the project that you want to implement. For example, in EU projects or European Union projects, you can have the description of the previous cooperation between the partners. That is, for example, between Kenya and the ADB Bank. When we were doing the Thika Superhighway, you can have a description of the previous cooperation between the partners. You can have the cooperation with the industry or with other institutions that could benefit from the outcome of the project. You can have cooperation between the partners. I've given you an example, like when the Kenyan government was partnering with the ADB Bank to be able to make the Thika Superhighway, or you can be able to talk of the cooperation between the Kenyan government and the Chinese government when they are making all these expressways. You can also have a description of the methodology and the tools used or the instruments that you are going to use in the research or in the research projects. Then you should be able to comply to the standards when you are, for example, doing the project plan. Then you can also look at the cooperation that you are going to have with the international organizations. Look at the cooperation that you are going to have with the international corporations. Then how do you determine the milestones and activities in our projects? How do you determine milestones and activities in project planning? How do you determine the milestones and activities in project planning? So project planning means determination of activities for achieving the project objective. Project planning means determination of activities for achieving the project objective. In other words, to find a way of solving tasks set by a project. So determination of activities for achieving the project objectives. In other words, how you can be able to solve tasks set out by the project. And objectives can be achieved in different ways. Objectives can be achieved in different ways. And the way towards the objective can be described by milestones and activities. And the way towards the objective can be described by milestones. Can be described by milestones and activities that lead to those milestones. Determining of the structure of milestones and activities is necessary. Determining the structure of milestones and activities is necessary so that you can be able to assign roles and responsibilities to various working groups. Determining the structure of milestones and activities is necessary for assigning roles and responsibilities to various working groups. and the members of the working groups. So determination of the structures of milestones and activities will be able to enable one to be able to assign roles and responsibilities to working groups and the members of those working groups. And this motivates, when you assign them roles and responsibilities, it will be able to motivate the project members because they will feel part and parcel of the ownership of the sub-goals that will be established. So when you assign them the roles, they are aware that this is what they are going to do, then they'll be able to be happy that this is what they are supposed to do. So when you assign them the roles, they'll be able to know that this is what they are supposed to do in their project, and that is how they are going to carry out the activities and the milestones within the project. The timetable of a project is presented in a graphical form. The timetable of a project is presented or is suggested to be presented in a graphical form. You know, a graph. So it should be in a graph, because it will give a good overview about the progress. So the graph, you know how we draw a graph, that when it is at the lowest and when it is at the highest, so that it can be able to explain how you are progressing on with the project. So it gives a good overview about the progress. It also describes what activities and in what order they should be started. It gives a good overview about the progress. It describes what activities and in what order they should be started. It also helps to concentrate attention. So if you have a timetable in form of a graphical form, it will also help you to concentrate attention to critical tasks. It will also allow you to fill the bottlenecks and correct activities before problems start escalating. It will allow you to fill the bottlenecks and correct activities before the problems are escalate. A timetable is also a tool for enhancing coordination between the partners. And it will also increase devotion. It will also increase devotion and the feel of dependence from each other. It is also a tool for completing the project on time. So when you have a timetable, you will be able to know how you are going to complete the project on time. You'll be able to know how you are coordinating between yourselves and between the partners. You'll be able to know the problems or the bottlenecks that are there, so that you can be able to solve them before they escalate into other problems. And you can also be able to know how the project is progressing. So description of project management. Description of project management. Description of project management. A project plan should describe how the project team is structured. A project plan should describe how the project team is structured. What are the tasks of the structure units? What are the tasks of structure units? and how the work and the reporting is organized, how the work and the reporting is organized. It should also describe the quality assurance system. So the project plan should describe how the project team is structured, what the tasks of the structure units, how the work and the reporting is organized, and the quality assurance system. The structure of the project team, depends on the number of people and institutions taking part in the project. So the structure, I say this, the project plan should describe how the project team is structured. And we are saying that the structure of the project team will also depend on the number of people and the institutions that are taking part in the project. If there are participants from different institutions, for example, if there are participants from different institutions, then it is suggested that you form a project board or council. If there are participants from different institutions, then it is suggested that you form a project board or council that consists of people from upper management of the institutions. People who are in upper management should be in that board or council, because the project that you have is having participants from different institutions. Then this board should have people who are from top management. And this board should be able to assure that the project will serve the interests of all participating institutions. This board that you should be able to assure that the project will serve the interests of all participating institutions. The project outcome has a necessary quality. The project outcome has a necessary quality. And support is provided to project manager in solving possible problems. So the board should also assure you that it will the project manager is supported in solving possible problems. The structure of middle-sized or big projects would be the following. The structure of a middle-sized or big projects. So the big projects or those ones that are middle-sized have got a project board, the project manager or project coordinator, the secretary, that's the project board, the project manager or project coordinator, the secretary, and the work groups. If there are several institutions taking part on the project, then a local coordinator should be nominated for each institution. If there are several institutions taking part on the project, then a local coordinator should be nominated for each institution. Anybody with a query up to there? Anybody with a query on project planning? On how we plan a project? So can you be able to describe or explain what needs analysis is? Can you be able to look at the structure of a project plan? Can you be able to talk about the board, the coordinators who are present? Can you be able to talk about how you can be able to manage a project management? Not now your unit, but how you can be able to manage a project. Can you be able to talk about the timetable of a project plan? Anybody with a query? We have seen what needs analysis is. Sindio? Si tumeona what needs analysis is. We have seen the timetable for the composition of a project plan. We have seen the structure of a project plan. We have seen the timetable of a project plan. Then you are good to go. Can we look at risk management? Which I know it is something that people in BPCM have done, people in BBIT have done, people in BCom have done. You know what risk management is all about. George Mogusu, what do you want? You either put on a microphone to talk, or you don't talk, or you don't write. So you cannot be putting your microphone and you're off and you just listen and you want to talk. Any question, Kipchumba? Nehemiah, Vivian, Monica?
Yes, I was to ask under the methods used for need analysis.
Yes.
You explained that one for public opinion poll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Public opinion, you have seen this public opinion that is normally done for politicians that by the year 2022, Raila will win, or Ruto will win, or who and who will win. See, they just get what we feel about our opinions as individuals, and then they gather them together, they analyze, they say that Raila had the highest percentage in this and this. So when you're doing a public opinion about a project, you should be able to get the stakeholders, and you know who the stakeholders in a project are. They are those people who are, especially the people who are going to be beneficiaries. You get their views. After getting their views, then you'll be able to convert them into percentages, and you'll be able to know this is what is required. So in any project that you bring on board, like now when they were bringing the expressway, they should have gotten, because those are big projects, they should have gotten people's opinion on how they feel about that project. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, do they give a voting power?
That is what they are supposed to do, but in most cases, are we consulted? We are not consulted. You just find that a government has woken up in the morning, has got a partner or another institutions which they want to partner so that they get funding for a project that they feel. But as like our opinions are normally gotten from our politicians or our representatives whom we have given the mandate to be our representatives elsewhere. Like now, the members of parliament, once they have been asked and they have said yes, it is assumed that you and me, we have already given our opinion about what project should be implemented when.
Okay.
Another person? Levin?
No question.
Levin, where is your friend Chetambe? Sijamuona.
Chetambe issue nyumbani. I don't know, but I will find.
Okay. Duncan?
Sina swali mwalimu.
Hauna swali? Anne? Abdi?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can a project be like restructured or changed, like when it's midway, when they have a crisis?
Can it be restructured?
Yes.
Sure, it can. Because like midway, when you have a crisis, and this crisis can arise from maybe the funding, it can be changed. If you are looking at what is happening with the Chinese right now and the expressways, you can see that there are some parts that they had already fenced and they were going to do some work there, but all of a sudden they have removed those fencings and whatever. What I'm suspecting is that midway, there are things that are not going on. You know, remember in project management or in project planning, there is also what we call monitoring and evaluation. And the projects are supposed to be monitored from time to time. So this monitoring is supposed to be to show you whether there are things that are going on wrong, and so you are supposed to change your tactic. You can change it, especially the small ones, you can be able to change them. But the big ones, you might not have the power because you had already, that is what you had already planned for, but you can only be able to modify them so that you can be able to improve on them. Esther?
Yes.
Agnes? Odinga, any question? Nehemiah? Kipchumba? Sylvester?
No question.
No question.
Yasmin?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. So how many Thursdays are we remaining with to August? Today is 8th. How many Thursdays are we remaining with? Kaberia? Three. Those ones we are going to meet physically. We are going to, thank you, Grace and Agnes. We are going to meet physically. I have already told a class I had in the morning, but it was not possible. And we are having a makeup tomorrow with them. So Agnes, can we have a maker for your Tuesday class? The one we didn't have. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time?
The other group I'm having them between, is it 11 and noon or noon and 1?
Because we have another class with Dr. Namusonge at 9.
In school,
No, online.
online.
Yes.
So after it's done, can I have one with you?
Yes.
At 9?
No, after he's done, because he's
I'm
starting
saying
at 9. Yeah.
he's starting at 9 and maybe he might start at 9:30.
Yeah, he's starting at exactly 9 and he'll take around 1.5 hours.
So can we have hours between 8 and 9?
Yeah. Yes.
Just between 8 and 9, 1 hour only, so that everybody just logs in.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll inform them so that they can log in early.
Or you can consult, or we can have it in afternoon. I know people will not be there.
Yeah, probably. So I'll talk to them. I see if they agree between 8 and 9.
And that one is yours only, not for these other people.
Yeah.
I think with project management, I want to finish and also go back for a recap so that people understand very well and do practicals on what they are supposed to do.
Okay.
So we can arrange later. You can arrange as a class and you'll tell me.
Okay. I'll tell you by evening.
Yes.
Okay.
So anybody who has a swali? Anybody with a swali? If you don't want a swali. See, then risk management, I was just looking at risk management. We're just going to look at quality planning and implementation, and it's very short. Can we finish risk management? Or we will do risk management and the budget of a project at the same time? Any suggestion? We do risk management in class next week and the budget. Or we do risk management now?
Yes, I think it's fine. Next class.
Next class,
Yes.
we do at the same time from Abdi, same time. So we can do risk management and the budget at the same time in class. How many of you don't have assignments as per this time we are talking? The people who didn't come to class. Do you have assignments? Can I talk now to the class rep? Abdi, do you have an assignment? No. Agnes, do you have assignment for project management? Agnes? Njambi? I'm not asking everybody to write. Njambi?
No.
No. Okay. Now, that is what we are doing. I want to give you something to do in the next, for lesson 1. Okay. Can you write this? Can you be able to define a project? What goes into a life cycle of a project? What goes into a life cycle of a project? Then define project management. You define project management. Zimefika ngapi? Zimefika ngapi? Agnes. Those are 3. So up to there, up to lesson 3, if you can do that, then lesson 4, 5, and 6, we do the second. Then 7, 8, 9, and 10, we do the third one. Sawa sawa. So wale mko 4.1 mmesaidiwa na wale wako 4.2. Because normally in 4.2, I don't like giving them questions. They are now almost becoming school leavers. So 4.1 mmesaidiwa na wale wako 4.2. And that is BCom. Sawa sawa. So you can bring to class on Thursday. Okay. Then have a nice evening.
You too, Dr.
Thank you.